Hope you guys had a great Labor Day weekend and enjoyed your final few hours of summer. And speaking of grilling out, Bernie Sanders said that if he becomes president, he's going to consider imposing a new meat tax in order to stop global warming. Apparently the cows are farting too much, and by taxing our hamburgers, it's going to make everything all better. And this genius idea was brought to Bernie's attention by one of his fans at a recent rally in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina.
So, as you probably know, animal agriculture is to blame for the majority of climate change and is the leading cause of deforestation, water and air pollution, and biodiversity loss. With that being known, what do you plan on doing to ensure that Americans limit their consumption of animal products? Second part, Germany has imposed a meat tax in hopes of limiting this consumption. What are your plans to stop these large corporations from further usurping natural resources and polluting the planet?
All right. Thank you for the question, and it's a good question. All I can say is if we believe, as I do and you do, that climate change is real, we're going to have to tackle it in every single area, including agriculture. Okay, and in fact, one of the things we want to do with our farmers out there is help them become more aggressive and able to help us combat climate change rather than contribute to it. So we will certainly, you're right, we got to look at agriculture, we've got to look at every cause of the crisis that we face.
Of course, Democrats have never heard of a new tax that they don't love, and now I have a feeling that because this girl planted the seed in what's left of their minds, they're all gonna start talking about taxing our hamburgers to save the world. Let's not forget that Mayor Bill de Blasio banned all New York City public schools from serving meat on Mondays to do exactly that. Speaking of Mr. de Blasio, who is still running for president, his schedule has recently been made public, which revealed that he logged a grand total of 7 hours working as the mayor in the entire month of May after he decided to run for president. He's been so busy on the campaign trail, traveling across the country, thinking that he has a chance to become president, that he hasn't been doing the job that he was somehow elected to do 7 hours in an entire month. Oh, I almost forgot, speaking of the weather, we now know where Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez has been getting all of her information. Meet 16-year-old Greta Thunberg, who is being held up by the Democrat Party as the new global warming crusader.
My name is Greta Thunberg, and I am a climate activist. Around the year 2030, we will be in a position where we probably set off an irreversible chain reaction beyond human control that will most likely lead to the end of our civilization as we know it.
Of course, you're not allowed to criticize anything that this high school sophomore has to say about the issue, otherwise you're a big meanie. Further illustrating that we are living in the Twilight Zone idiocracy crossover is the fact that activists in Canada are campaigning to supposedly lower the voting age in the country from 18 to 8 in order to stop the weather.
Climate change, you're a threat. How many years do we have left?
Excuse me, do you guys have a moment to talk about climate change?
We polled kids across Canada and asked them to rank election issues in order of priority. 74% ranked climate change as the issue most important to them.
Let the kids vote! Let the kids vote! Let the kids vote!
They're not serious about lowering the voting age to 8 years old, but this obviously is a ridiculous propaganda piece where they're scaring the children about the end of the world and then using them in order to promote the hamburger tax. Nancy Pelosi and other Democrats are serious, however, about lowering the voting age to 16 in the United States. This is what an idiocracy looks like, and now we have institutions of higher learning concerned about the pictures on the walls of popular professors and famous scientists who've made breakthroughs because many of them are white males and there's not enough diversity. New York City public schools may actually cancel their gifted and talented programs because they're not diverse enough either. Things are getting so crazy in this country. I mean, what's next? Is Calvin Klein gonna hire 300-pound models? Oh wait, what's this? Calvin Klein is using plus-size models to reinvent its brand. She's not plus-sized, she's super-sized. Even though summer's officially over with Labor Day behind us, if you're like me and love warm weather, I'm sure you'll love my I Love Global Warming t-shirt. Order yours from my online store at markdice.com or click the link in the description below. And like all of my shirts, it is available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. And your purchase helps keep this channel going, so I appreciate your support. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check them out.